If you have a child with special needs, there are some things you absolutely must know about estate planning. I'm Brian Wyatt. As an estate planner who specializes in the needs of families of people with disabilities, I'm blown away by just how much misinformation is out there. In the next few minutes, we're going to cover the 5 most essential things that parents of children with disabilities need to know about estate planning. Let's get to it so you can make the best decisions for yourself and for those you love. The first thing you need to know about estate planning is that you have to plan, and procrastination is the biggest threat to your child's future. Failing to plan will jeopardize any needs-based government benefits your child may receive in the future. In other words, if you don't plan, they could lose their access to the essential life and medical care to which they'd otherwise be entitled. That's because if you don't plan, California law, the laws of intestacy, will determine how much your child gets from your estate. And unfortunately, the law is not set up to deal well with children who have disabilities. Think about everything you own going in shares to all of your children, including your child with special needs. That child will suddenly have a lot of assets counting against the SSI and Medi-Cal limits. That means they'll be disqualified, have to spend all of the money you leave them, and then re-qualify once they're below the poverty level for the very benefits they lost. Talk about disruptive to them. Second, your best planning option will probably be a revocable living trust that takes care of you and your dependents while you're alive, and then directs your special needs child share into their own separate special needs trust if you pass away. We're talking about a revocable living trust for you and your typical achievers, and then a separate special needs trust for your child with a disability. A correctly drafted special needs trust will not only preserve your child's access to benefits, it'll also ensure that those needs that aren't covered by government assistance are taken care of. If appropriate, for example, your child will travel, experience cultural events, play sports, have better transportation, receive better care, and even have cable TV. Who can live without cable TV? Third, don't think that leaving everything to your typically achieving children will solve anything for you. Nothing causes more tension and destroys family relationships faster than forcing one set of children to take care of a sibling, especially when that sibling requires particular care. A special needs trust can provide the structure for your whole family to live in harmony after you're gone. Plus, if you leave funds to your typical achievers, expecting them to care for your other child, know that they could lose that money in divorce, or a lawsuit, or to creditors. And if they die before your child with special needs does, the money you leave them may go by law or under their own estate plan to their beneficiaries, and then be completely unavailable for the person with special needs. And that's the person who needs it most. Fourth, remember that other family members could also end up leaving money to your child with special needs. For example, if you died before your parents, any money that they were planning to leave you could end up going under their plan or by law to your child. That's likely to be just as risky as if you left the money to your children free of trust. In other words, make sure that your parents and other family members and even friends know that they should name your child's separate special needs trust as the beneficiary and never give anything outright to that child. Fifth, and this is where it can get really complicated, make sure that the special needs trust is designated to receive any income from qualified retirement accounts, including IRAs and 401ks, and any proceeds from life insurance. Now, there are some pretty tricky tax issues to work through, especially when it comes to planning for those IRAs and company retirement plans. We do special needs planning in our office. Our goal is always to make it as easy as possible for our clients, knowing that they've got some very busy lives. If you know someone with a child who has special needs, we would love to help. In addition to doing their vital estate planning, we can connect them to some really great financial planners who specialize in ensuring that beneficiaries with special needs have what they need to thrive. Good planning is your key to meaningful peace of mind and to the best possible life for all of your beneficiaries, whether they're typical achievers or not. I mentioned earlier that procrastination is the great enemy, and it's true. Most parents don't plan, and many that do end up with plans that don't work when they have to. I want to encourage you to contact our office to see if we'd be a good fit for your needs. Not every planner is the same, and not every planner will fit your family. I wish you all the best, and thanks for watching.